Hello. Okay, bear with me. I'm not too great at doing like new hairstyles, and Brinkley tried to teach me this today. I probably need some extra work. My cousin Sarah, if you see this, need your help, girl. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to get on here today and share what came last night because, like I said, I've probably been woken up in the middle of the night with like thoughts about life and the world and all of that since I was really young, but I never knew what to do with them, and I really like to share this here in this forum through YouTube. Okay, so last night's inspirational message, that's always for myself. I'm not saying any of this for anybody else to teach anybody anything. Hopefully it will help somebody and inspire somebody, but if not, it's okay. This is a message for me first and for me to learn and grow in my own life. And if it happens to help you too, then great. Okay, so last night's message was be the author of your own life. Things you can't control. Like, sorry, one more thing. Oakley is on my phone watching a baby show right now and it's loud, so please excuse that. But, okay, things you can't control. What happened to you as a child or anything that has happened in the past. Where you were born geographically, your race, socioeconomic class you were born into, or the year you were born. The social conditioning you acquired as a child. What other people feel, say, think, or do. What you can control, you can heal your childhood traumas and forgive this. Okay, when I say forgive, this doesn't mean condoning any behavior or anything that's happened to you that was harmful. And it does not mean that because you forgive someone that you have to have them back in your life or have a relationship with them. What I mean by forgiveness is to release yourself. It's just solely to release yourself from the past pain. Also, practicing and learning self-forgiveness is very important. Okay, ways that you can do this. Therapy, yoga, meditation, vocalization. Like even what I'm doing right now is helpful for me to express myself by using my voice. Tai Chi, support groups, and breath work. I always talk about breath work because it has been such a helpful tool in my own healing and growth as an adult. Okay, what happened to you is not your fault. So it's whatever happens to us, it's not our fault. It's not like you're responsible for what happened and the trauma that you maybe had to endure. But as a grown-up, it is your responsibility to heal it and deal with it. I know we want to give it to the other person. We wish that they could take it from us and they could, and they would have to pay for what they've done to us and all that. But if you want to have a happy, whole, fulfilling life, you have to do these things. You have to heal yourself. No one else can do it for you. Okay, so when I was talking about other people, like we don't have control over other people. And what came up was that you may think you have control over other people because you've picked up forms of manipulation that seem to work, but it's just an illusion. Attempting to control others through playing victim, playing hero or villain, that's what most of us do, but this only builds resentment and separation from the person or persons we're attempting to control. And the good news is we do have control over, this is something that was inspiring to me because it's like we have control over how we react. We have full control over our own actions, how we respond to others, how we navigate our own emotions, what we say, our perceptions, and the thoughts we believe and the thoughts we entertain. If other people can't control us, if we can't control other people, then they can't control us either. So that is a silver lining. You only are able to be controlled if you allow it. The same with other people. If they allow you to control them, that's on them. What is it, bub? He has something that's really loud. We also have control who we allow in our lives. Bring that to me. 1 second. I'm gonna have to learn how to take this out because I can't have this in my video. Huh? Let me have it. Bring it to mommy. Okay, bring it to mommy. What's going on? I'm gonna have to figure out how to edit this out. I probably will because today will be my motivation to get this big, long pause out. Thank you. Okay, so we can control who we allow ourselves to have relationships with. Even family. If you have a relationship and you feel like you have to be around someone who's very toxic to your own health, make the changes that you need to make to set a boundary. I know sometimes you can't help that you have to be around certain people, especially if you're co-parenting or, sometimes you will have to be around people that you don't want to be around or that are really negative. So you have to learn how to set those boundaries and how to not allow them to steal your joy. Okay, so a thing that has helped me is you got to find time every day to get still. In order to be able to see all this stuff and to realize this, you have to have time each day to get still and to recenter yourself, to check in with your own navigational system. Now, if you've lost contact with your navigational system and you feel like you don't know what to do or who you are, you are in dire need of stillness. This is how you can start to go through all the clutter, and you're the only one who can do this. You're the only one who can make the time for yourself, to be with yourself and figure out what the heck is going on with yourself in your life and what changes you need to make or what you need to do to find your own navigational system, to be in center with yourself, and that way you can be happy and positive and feel good. I remember whenever I was going through, whenever I completely lost myself, I didn't know who I was, and I would seek to other people and everything outside of me to try to find out who I was, and I would ask everybody. I still love to read books, but I no longer read them to try to find out answers about who I am. I want to grow and expand more, but I also know where I can come back to myself. Excuse me. But if you feel like you're pleasing everybody around you and you're asking everybody else, are you good enough? Do you love me? Am I lovable? Am I making you happy? All these questions you're asking everybody else, everybody's going to have something different. Everybody's going to want you to do something different. You're going to deplete all of your energy. You're going to be left washed up, depressed, seeking ways, unhealthy ways a lot of times to cope. So that's why I say, first step is just to find time to be with yourself. Breath work is amazing. I'll put a link of the recent breath work I've been doing with a girl on YouTube. She has a free one on YouTube. You can just start there. Okay. So life can feel scary because it's unpredictable, and that's woven into the fabric of life. That's part of the story of life, that it's going to be unpredictable. You can't control if your parent dies or if your child has a terminal illness. You can't control if your spouse has cheated on you or abandoned you and your children or you. You can't control a person who's is racist or a bigot. You can't control all of the poor past decisions that you've made yourself. You can't control a loved one who's a drug addict or an alcoholic. No matter how rich you are, no matter how much you have materially, how successful you are at your job, no matter how good you are and you try to do everything perfect and right in life, any of these things can happen. That is what is true for all of us. We never know what's going to happen, but what we do have is the power within us to respond in a way and either use our pain against ourselves or to heal and heal the world. Okay, so the place that we're even in life for every human is that our lives are unpredictable. What's happening outside of ourselves are unpredictable, and that we each possess the same amount of power to handle what we're given. I've discovered an outlet for me feeling like I didn't have a voice. This is an outlet for me to do that. So I get on here and I say how I feel and what I think, and I face my own self-judgments and fears of what people may say, and that people are going to think I'm wrong or come against me, or they're going to tell me that they know what's best for me, and that there's just a million things that I've considered. And so this is why this is so helpful for me, because it makes me actually express myself so everyone can see. Oakley, don't do that. And face those fears head on and really discover who I really am. So you can use your pain from the loss of a child or a parent. You can start a support group. Your pain doesn't have to be wasted. It doesn't have to eat away at you. You can use it to better the world, to help heal other people. and yourself. If you feel anger towards people who are hateful and racist and unfair, use your voice to spread peace, justice, equality. Stand up for those that you feel that you want to stand up for. Say what you need to say. Don't keep it in. That otherwise it just eats away at you. But it's there for you to use to motivate you to help change the world. And you can motivate other people by sharing your story of healing. So if you've had, all of us have a story. Every single one of us has a story and something we've overcome. A lot of times we don't think that our story matters or that it's really that big a deal. But everybody, we're not alone. I know that there's like a voice that makes us feel like we're the only one that's ever felt the way that we feel, but you're not alone. And sharing your story is healing for yourself and for others, because it gives other people the freedom to just be fully human and to embrace all the messy and beautiful parts of ourselves. Lastly, the hard things can make us harden or soften us. It can close our hearts or it can open them. We can become more bitter or more humble. It's for each of us to decide and act, and we all possess that power. We can all alter our own lives. So that was what came last night. And it was really inspiring to me because it helps me not to live in a victim mentality. And when I feel like I don't have a voice, that's exactly whenever it's calling me to speak and say the things that I want to say, because I'm worthy, you're worthy. We each can exist here and share ourselves without fear. And even when fear comes, like even whenever fear comes, I look at it. It's just so helpful for me to see where I may be confused in my own life and get back to on course, you know. And a lot of times I have to go towards the things that scare me the most, like making these videos. If you look back to the very first one I made, I'm pretty sure my voice was shaking the whole time. I was very afraid, and I just felt like it didn't really matter what I had to say. But now I'm starting to see that I don't have to do it because I want to matter, because I already do. So what I say is not because I want to matter or make someone think that I know what I'm talking about, because I know what I'm talking about within myself, and I believe everybody else has that same ability. Okay, we'll get it. Well, anyways, I'm sorry that this video has been kind of just crazy because of the baby and his loud stuff. And but I hope you guys have a good day. And if you like these videos, subscribe and like my page. If you don't, please don't waste your time by watching them. If this does not inspire you or resonate with you in some way, then please go run, find what does, and follow what lights you up. You don't owe me anything. If you want to watch. If you don't, please don't. But if you enjoy it, thank you, and have a great day. Say bye.
Bye.
Blow a kiss. Mwah.
Mwah.